guys! I welcome you in my new video. My name is Kristina and this is my channel Cultivate Inner Peace that's focused on my life journey. I film vlogs and beauty videos and things about healthy lifestyle. And I also have an Instagram, Cultivate Inner Peace 2025, and a website, cultivateinnerpeace.wordpress.com. And you are more than welcome to look in there as well. All of this is linked down below. And today I want to talk about natural cosmetics, why I think it's important, how do you recognize natural cosmetics, and my journey from using 100% drugstore products into using 100% natural products. Why do I think that using 100% natural cosmetics is important? I think it's important because the products that you apply on your skin or your hair, on your scalp, they get absorbed from your skin into your bloodstream. And if you're going to be using cosmetics that is full of harmful chemicals, they're going to get absorbed into your body and they can cause you harm or some reactions from your body that you don't want to see. And how I think you can recognize natural cosmetics if you want to replace your current products with it is by reading simply the ingredient list. Because I think the ingredient list is the most important thing about the whole product package. I never ever look at how the product looks like, what is the marketing of it, what is the blabbing that they put on the package. The only thing that I look at is the ingredient list. And here you can find everything that you need to know. How do you read the ingredient list? Basically, the rule of thumb, in my opinion, is that you should know what each item on the ingredient list is. So if you're gonna see rosehip oil in the ingredient list, you know that it's a natural thing, it's an oil, and you don't have to be afraid of it. However, if you look at the ingredient list and you see some paraben or something like that, you don't know what that is, so you can either dismiss this product, or if you want to get deeper, you can Google the substance and realize what it is, what it does to your health, and if you want to have it in the cosmetics or not. And like this, you can make for yourself a list of ingredients that are absolutely unacceptable to have in the product, and also a list of chemicals that you would be okay with having in the product. And like this, you can do your own research. There's one thing that I want to point out, and that is sometimes they are gonna use some weird things in the ingredient lists, like aroma. You can read a bunch of things about it on the internet. However, in my opinion, if they are vague about a substance, I would always think that the substance is rather harmful than helpful. Because if the substance was from nature and really helpful, they would put it in the ingredient list. But if they feel like they need to mask it, then it's probably something bad and you want to avoid it. So if you see something vague, always assume the worst, because that's how all this works. If it was rosehip oil, they would not put in aroma, they would put in rosehip oil, because why would they hide it, you know? And I'm not saying this is always fair, but also they should be fair to us and put it clearly on the product. And if they don't, well, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying it. Now I would like to tell you what my journey was towards natural cosmetics, because years ago I started doing this process. I started Googling the substances, and then I went to the drugstore with my list of substances that I'm not okay with, and I realized that from all the harmful chemicals that I found on the internet, almost all of them were in the drugstore products. And back then I was not able to buy anything in the drugstore. You know, I had this idea in my head that I would just come there and I would just pick my cosmetics and I would leave the drugstore with a bunch of products, but I just couldn't find anything. And that's when it hit me. It hit me really hard that the amount of terrible things that we have in the products, and we are just using them without even thinking about it. Back then, when I came home and I didn't buy anything, I was really discouraged. I felt like giving up completely. I was like, well, I'm certainly not gonna stop shampooing my hair. If I cannot find a shampoo in a drugstore that's natural, then I'm just gonna keep using the chemical one. But that was not a good idea. And then I realized that, you know what, I'm gonna do it gradually. So I'm just gonna keep all the products that I have at home at the moment, and the first thing that I'm gonna run out of, I'm gonna buy the natural version of it. And like this, I'm gonna replace one by one all the items that I have at my house. And so this is what I did basically. I think the first thing that I ran out of was like a body cream or something. And so I went and I searched only for body cream to find a good one, a good replacement. And then I ran out of deodorant. So I found a good alternative to the one that I had at home. And slowly like this, within a couple of months, with no pressure, no stress, no overwhelm, I just replaced all the products that I had at my house. I used up everything that I had. I did not throw out anything, and I think that's a good idea actually. I don't recommend throwing out things just because you find out there's some chemical in there. You've been using it up until now, so you can use it up. But after you use it up, I would suggest replacing it with something better. And like this, the whole process was really fun for me because I was actually looking forward to the next product that I'm gonna use up so that I can search for the alternative. And like this, I started replacing the products, and before I knew it, I just had everything replaced and I was buying almost all of the products online because in the local drugstore it was terrible. It was, to my understanding back then, I think it's really nasty what they're selling us, and I think it's really important to search for these things. Maybe you have an objection at this point, and maybe you're gonna tell me like, I don't have time for this and this is too overwhelming and I have other things I need to do. I would tell you a couple things to that. First thing, this is only an initial investment. Once you replace all the products, it's gonna go on complete autopilot. You're just gonna be buying new stuff over and over again, and you're not gonna think twice about it. Right now, when I replace the cosmetics completely with cosmetics online, I only make an order once in like a couple months, and it comes to my home, and I don't have to go several times per month to drugstore to buy the stuff individually. So I actually save money like this, and time. So that's the first thing. It's only an initial investment, and with time, it's not going to require anything else from you. You're just going to buy the products that you already know. And second thing, I see a lot of the times people caring about their health and caring about their nutrition and focusing on what they eat. But with food, it's really difficult because sometimes you go to a party or to a restaurant or you see your family or friends and you just eat something that you wouldn't normally want to eat because you can't help yourself. But with cosmetics, it's a lot easier because this is not going to happen. Once you replace it with natural things, you're not going to feel tempted to go back to the drugstore once. You're not going to just buy it once because you can't help yourself. It's not like with food. And with cosmetics, I feel like there's an intense potential to clean it out so that you don't accept harmful chemicals within the products. I hope I explained my point on this, and it's like you can see this as an investment. Investment in yourself, in your body, in your future, because it's gonna help you over a long period of time, and you're gonna be healthier because of that. You're gonna be more energized, more fresh. You're not gonna have skin irritations or hair falling out or other things caused by cosmetics, of course. I mean, there can be a lot of different reasons why you might experience issues with health. Of course, cosmetics is not the only thing. But basically, you're gonna eliminate every health issue related to cosmetics if you're gonna be using natural cosmetics. Of course, if you're not allergic to some ingredient or something, but that is something that you should be able to detect very soon. So that is like my intake on this. If you have any questions, ask me down below in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. And that's everything from me for now. And in the future, I will make more beauty videos. But I just wanted to make an introductory video about my approach to cosmetics. I'm very natural oriented, and all of my tips and beauty videos are going to be centered around this. So this is like the baseline for everything that I'm going to be making in the future. And I'm not linking any e-shops down below because I live in Czech Republic and we are a pretty small country in Central Europe. So anything that we have on our market, I'm pretty sure that if you are in America or India or wherever you are watching me, you're not gonna have access to these brands anyway. Even if you are in other countries in Europe, it's maybe they don't ship to your country, or it's just gonna be better for you to find your own. Really investigate this because I feel like this is really worth it. This is really worth it, guys. And I'm gonna make a playlist on my channel, so anytime I'm gonna make a beauty video, I'm gonna put it on the playlist so you can see all of them if you search for my playlists on my channel. So that's everything from me for now. I wish you have a lovely day. Again, if you want to check out my Instagram, it's Cultivate Inner Peace 2025, or my website cultivateinnerpeace.wordpress.com. And also, if you like my content, you can subscribe or give this video a like, or tell me down below what is your approach towards cosmetics. I would love to hear it. And that's all for me for now, so have a beautiful now, and I will see you next time with my next video. Bye!